Well, hi guys, and welcome back to another JRD Dance Media Podcast. Today we're coming at it from a little bit of a different angle. We're coming at it from the perspective of a dance mum, and a very committed dance mum, I must say. This is Christy. We interviewed Callie on one of our previous podcasts. So Christy is obviously Callie's mum. So thank you so much for coming on, Christy. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Oh, pleasure. So let's get straight into, when did you first notice that Callie really had a passion for dance?
Callie started dancing when she was 2, or just before she was 2. She had a little friend that started, so I feel like every girl mum, that's something you do, right? As you put them into dancing, and they, wear the cute little costumes and the outfits. Callie really stood out to her teachers more so before than me. They noticed a spark in Callie. She's always been super flexy, super energetic. So I guess it was them that brought it up to me.
So as a parent, how do you support and nurture this journey for her?
I think the biggest thing for us on Callie's journey is to make sure she has fun and she loves what she does. So I'm all for encouraging her so long as it's what she wants to do. So providing support, whether it be meals on the road, driving her to dancing, helping her practice, encouraging her sometimes when she's not encouraging herself, or she's a little bit tired or down, or giving her that little bit of extra push when she needs it.
So would you say it's a little bit of a balancing act? Like, how do you find time to do all of the dancing stuff, the schoolwork, the eating the right food when you are packing those lunches on the road?
The juggle is real, is a saying in our household. The juggle is real. I have 3 children. All of them do extracurricular activities. Me and my husband both work full time. So the juggle is definitely real. We lean a lot on friends and family. My mum helps a lot. I'm really lucky to have a job that's flexible, which really accommodates things like competitions and all the rest of it. So it's definitely a juggling act.
And what do you think the overall impact of dance has been on her at the moment?
She's definitely dance driven, so would choose dance over anything, whether it be school, eating the right food sometimes. There's a lot of dinners on the road, not the most nutritious of all meals, but we get there, right? Fed is best. So I
have a question for you then. So as a child or growing up, were you particularly artistic? Did you dance? Were you creative? Tell us a little bit about you.
My friends will love that I have to answer this truthfully and honestly. I actually grew up as an Australian champion line dancer. I also did music all through high school, and I auditioned for Australian Idol. In my year 12 year, I made it to the top 100. So that's a little pocket secret of mine that I don't like to talk about often, but my friends will give me heaps if I say no. So yes, I do.
I never would have guessed that. That's really, really cool. Very, very impressive. Well, heading a little bit back towards Callie, can you give us any insights as to, she said hip hop and I think contemporary were her 2 favourite styles. Can you tell us a little bit why they would be her favourite styles and how it ties in with her personality?
I was actually shocked by her answer of contemporary, to be honest, but hip hop's definitely embedded in her. She is the sass queen. She has red hair. It's in her DNA. She can't help it. But I feel like also contemporary, she thrived last year in terms of her fierceness. So her sharp movements, her faces, she really loved her contemporary troupe routine this year. So maybe that's where it's come from.
Oh, fantastic. Well, dance is a really big journey, especially for a parent who is as involved as you are and the amount of time that Callie puts into dance. So is there any advice that you would give to new parents who are introducing their children to dance?
I think the most important thing is to find your fit, find your family, find your support unit within your dance company. So The families that we met along our journey through JB were absolutely phenomenal, super supportive of Callie and myself, and really made us feel welcome. So I think that's super important, is to go in there, be yourself, support your child, but allow yourself also to find your fit and find your vibe, and make sure you're chasing that for your child.
That's a great answer. Now, obviously, you've chosen to come onto the podcast and you've let Callie be a part of that as well. So you see a little bit of value in terms of social media. What role do you think social media plays in a young dancer's life and also a parent's life?
I definitely feel like social media is huge these days. Back in my day, it wasn't ever a thing. So I definitely think it plays a huge role in getting them out there and getting them known. You know, the dance community is so broad, and there's so many phenomenal, fantastic dancers that social media gives them the opportunity to get their name out there and have people see them and follow their journey from start to finish.
Do you think it also plays a role in fostering creativity and self-expression?
Definitely. It gives them the opportunity to be able to showcase their skills in putting together things like reels and highlights from competitions or their time in the studio, but it also gives them a creative outlet to express themselves in silly things like TikToks and dancing with their friends, and I think it's really beneficial in those terms.
Well, look, I really couldn't agree more. And before we sort of wrap things up here, is there anything that you'd like to perhaps share about Callie's dance journey that we may not have yet spoken about?
I think getting to share Callie's journey with her from such a young age, I've seen such a substantial amount of growth in 5 years, and the world is her oyster. There's so much potential for her to continue that journey. She's mentioned she wants to be a dance teacher when she grows up, so just really nurturing that and fostering that, watching her grow in studio and also out of the studio as a person. Yeah, I'm really excited to see where she ends up.
Well, Christy, I couldn't agree more with you. I can really relate to that sort of an answer, so it's a really beautiful one. Thank you so much for coming on. I really appreciate you being on the podcast. It's been great.
Yeah.
And guys, if you'd like to be a part of the JRD Dance Media Podcast, all you need to do is head to my website, which is jrddancemedia.com. Click on that podcast button, fill out the form. Please make sure you're over 18 if you're going to fill it out yourself. If not, your parents do need to fill it out for you. Talk to you soon.